Energy is the most important thing in our universe. Everything needs energy to live. Energy is what keeps our cars, phones, homes, everything we use in our modern lives operational. Keeps the lights on, the food warm. Burning fossil fuels allows us to live in our modern homes and our modern way of life. The world is running out of time, however, due to improper use of fossil fuels and the too rapid of a rate that we burn them. Nuclear power generates the largest amount of energy that we currently are able to use and operate. Technology is sound and the process is well ironed. Other forms of green energy are limited by modern tech, however, like wind turbines and solar panels. We are not able to capture all of the energy they are able to capture. So, in order to capture 100% of their potential, we'd have to use a battery that is of massive proportion, and we simply just can't capture all of that yet. But we can capture an obscene amount of energy from nuclear already. So without the ability to harness the full potential of wind and solar, we need to turn to what we can do now. We have a great understanding of how nuclear fusion works, and there are plenty of ways to maintain a safe and family, safe atmosphere. A lot of misconceptions when it comes to nuclear power and the threats it poses to surrounding communities. However, one common misunderstanding of nuclear power is the threat that it poses. There are only a few meltdowns in history, however, one being in Chernobyl and the other being in Fukushima. 3 Mile Island also being considered a meltdown, but not nearly the same environmental damage. The Chernobyl incident is the one that has claimed lives due to the radioactive fallout that ensued. The incident itself was due to a new and poorly designed reactor that was manned by an improperly trained group of individuals. So, had they properly trained their staff and had somebody noticed the flaws in the design of the reactor and had it been manned properly, we could have avoided the Chernobyl disaster. Our understanding of nuclear power and how to use it has grown tremendously since then, based on errors and things that we've learned along the way. We started building them in 1957, so we've had several decades now to figure out how to maintain them. Training at these facilities only gets better with time, and so should our trust in the men and women that operate them. Our understanding goes beyond just how to run and maintain the plants, but where we should put them as well. In Fukushima, its location played a factor into the incident. But like Chernobyl, it was preventable. Had the facility not been placed near the eastern shore of Japan, where they run a high risk of natural disasters, and they decided to modernize their facility up to the modern standards, the incident could have been avoided. By the time of the accident in 2011, the technology for better facilities had improved greatly, so many in the nuclear field believe that had they improved and brought it up to the current standards, meltdown in Japan never would have happened, preventing that disaster of a cleanup. The location of Fukushima could have also been improved to further minimize the risk of water damage from the tsunami, and the siting nuclear plants is an increasingly important job. Jobs include finding a suitable location to build the plants with few natural disaster occurrences, low crime rate like vandalism, things like that, and a higher civil support of the plant because they don't want to put in a community that would be against it, obviously. Could promote civil unrest, things like that manner. These standards were put in place in order to maintain safety for the plant, its surrounding environment, and the people that live around it. Fear is usually what prevents most people from accepting the idea of nuclear-powered future. While the fear of nuclear fallout is justified, we are beyond capable of building and maintaining safe nuclear facilities. People also tend to get the fear of nuclear plants and bombs a little too intertwined. The bomb is a known mass destruction destructive weapon, whereas the plants have proved to be much safer in their operations, claiming only a total of 32 lives, being at the Chernobyl, Fukushima, and 3 Mile Island have claimed 0, due directly to the fallout there. There are currently 400 active nuclear reactors worldwide where they operate day to day. People have no real problem of them. And most people don't know that we in our own country we produce the most nuclear energy. It only powers about 20% of our grid, but in France, they produce a lot less, but it powers almost 2/3 of their power grid. So it has the potential to fuel our planet for 4 billion years with little waste to show for it, and can power full countries with little to no effort, very little maintenance, and with, again, extreme safety. We understand how to make them safe. That's no need to fear. With how little waste and enormous energy of an output they create, it would be crazy to not make the switch. Since the dropping of the nuclear bomb, people have been fearful of anything to do with nuclear. But we should just instead take a moment to see what fossil fuels are doing to the world, to think about what will happen when we run out of them, which will happen sooner than later, because that's a much more scary situation.